Come on, Chiefs fans! Breaking news! The Chiefs just made one of the most strategic moves of the offseason, and it could be the key to solidifying their Super Bowl aspirations. I have some important updates to share with you today, but first make sure to hit that like button, but only do so if you believe the Chiefs will make it to Super Bowl 60. Dude, seriously, I totally do. If possible, comment something like, "Go Chiefs! I believe in the Super Bowl." Now, I want to get this out of the way, to clear the air once and for all. The Chiefs are making free agency moves, and it could shake things up on offense. Kansas City has signed running back Elijah Mitchell and offensive lineman Jalen Moore, both former 49ers who have been part of San Francisco's system since 2021. Mitchell is joining the team on a one-year, $3.5 million deal, while Moore signed a two-year, $30 million deal. Both of these guys were originally drafted by the 49ers and just finished their rookie contracts. Since San Francisco didn't franchise tag either of them, they hit the open market, and Kansas City wasted no time making a move. Now, let's talk about what these signings mean. Starting with Elijah Mitchell, Chiefs Kingdom, we know how important depth is at running back, and this move makes a lot of sense. Mitchell showed flashes of being a true playmaker in 2021 when he rushed for 963 yards and 5 touchdowns in just 11 games. But injuries have slowed him down since then. In fact, last season he sat out due to a hamstring issue. That said, when healthy, this guy is explosive. He's a physical runner who can bring some serious firepower to the Chiefs' running game alongside Isaiah Pacheco. Now, onto the offensive line, where Jalen Moore comes in as a much-needed addition. If you watched last season, you know the left tackle position was a nightmare. The Chiefs went through 4 different starters: rookie Kingsley Suamataia, Wanya Morris, veteran DJ Humphries, and even guard Joe Thuney, who was forced to move to a different position late in the season. It was clear that Kansas City needed stability, and that's exactly what they hoped to get with Moore. Moore may not have been a full-time starter in San Francisco, but he gained plenty of experience playing in a system that relied heavily on strong offensive line play. He appeared in 55 games over 4 seasons, starting 12 of them. Last year, he played in 15 games with 5 starts. He's a versatile player with solid pass protection skills, and let's be real, keeping Patrick Mahomes upright has to be the top priority after what we saw in the Super Bowl 59 loss to the Eagles. 6 sacks on Mahomes in the biggest game of the year? That can't happen again, and this front office knows it. The Chiefs are clearly looking to rebuild their offensive line and add depth at key positions as they prepare for another championship run. But what do you think, Chiefs fans? Do you like these signings? Do you think Elijah Mitchell can stay healthy and make a difference? Is Jalen Moore the answer at left tackle? Patrick Mahomes can finally breathe a little easier. After last season's offensive line struggles, culminating in a brutal Super Bowl 59 loss to the Eagles, the Chiefs front office made a move to fix one of its biggest weaknesses. Kansas City has secured an elite backup to protect Mahomes and give this offense a much-needed boost. The Chiefs signed left tackle Jalen Moore to a 2-year, $30 million deal. Moore, who spent the past 4 seasons with the San Francisco 49ers, was one of the top offensive linemen available in free agency. He played a key role as Trent Williams' backup and stepped in when needed, proving he could handle the pressure in big moments. Now, he's coming to Kansas City with a clear mission: keep Mahomes on his feet and ensure this offense remains explosive. It's no secret that Kansas City's offensive line was a major issue in 2024. The unit allowed Mahomes to be picked off 36 times for a loss of 239 yards, and they weren't exactly paving the way for the run game either. The Chiefs ranked 3rd worst in the league in yards per carry, averaging just 4 yards per attempt. That's not good enough, especially for a team with Super Bowl aspirations. But the real wake-up call came in Super Bowl 59. The Eagles' defense completely dominated Kansas City's offensive line, picking off Mahomes 6 times, the most he's ever been picked off in a single game. That performance exposed how badly this team needed to improve its protection, and now the Chiefs are making sure that doesn't happen again. Moore played in 16 games last season, starting 2 before a quadriceps injury put him on injured reserve. But when he was on the field, he showed flashes of being a top-level tackle. He's athletic, disciplined, and comes from a system in San Francisco that consistently produces elite offensive linemen. The Chiefs clearly believe he is what it takes to be their long-term solution at left tackle. And here's why this move is so important. With Moore in place, Kansas City now has flexibility in the upcoming NFL draft. Before this signing, many analysts believed the Chiefs would have to spend their first-round pick on an offensive lineman. Now, They can focus on other areas, like adding a pass rusher or even targeting another wide receiver, especially with the uncertainty surrounding Xavier Worthy. So the big question now is, will this move be enough to get the Chiefs back to the Super Bowl for a fourth straight year? Free agency officially begins on March 12th, and the NFL draft is just 6 weeks away, so the roster is still taking shape. But this signing sends a clear message: Kansas City is reloading and ready to make another run at a championship. What do you think, Chiefs fans? Is Jalen Moore the answer at left tackle? Do you trust him to keep Mahomes protected next season? And what should Kansas City's next move be in free agency or the draft? The Chiefs lost the team in free agency. Just minutes after the NFL's legal tampering period, reports surfaced that Kansas City had reached an agreement with former San Francisco 49ers left tackle Jalen Moore on a 2-year, $30 million contract. That's right, Patrick Mahomes is getting a new protection, and it could be one of the most significant moves the Chiefs make this offseason. Now, let's break it down. The Chiefs were expected to target a left tackle after trading All-Pro guard Joe Thuney. Baltimore Ravens LT Ronnie Stanley was considered their top target, but when the Ravens inked into a new contract, the Chiefs had to adjust quickly. Enter Jalen Moore. Moore was one of the most intriguing names on the market. At 27, he spent most of his career backing up future Hall of Famer Trent Williams in San Francisco. But in 2024, he finally got his chance to showcase his skills when Williams went down with an injury. From weeks 12 through 16, Moore started every game at left tackle, and during that stretch, he put up some impressive performances as a pass protector. According to Pro Football Focus, Moore's pass-blocking grade dipped below 75.0 just once in those 5 starts, an extremely solid mark for a young tackle stepping into a starting role. His worst outing came against the Miami Dolphins in Week 16, where he allowed his only sack of the season. In his 5 starts, he allowed just 10 total pressures, and his pass-blocking efficiency percentage ranked 45th among all NFL offensive tackles who played at least 20% of their team's snaps. Not bad for a guy who was waiting for his chance. Moore also proved to be effective in the run game, finishing the season with a respectable PFF grade of 70.1. And here's the kicker: he wasn't penalized once in his 259 offensive snaps as a left tackle. That kind of discipline is exactly what you want in a lineman tasked with protecting the most important player in football. But let's be real, this is a huge opportunity for Moore. He's going from a career backup to a full-time starter, and he'll be responsible for keeping Mahomes on his feet in one of the league's most potent offenses. The Chiefs clearly believe he's up for the challenge, but was it a smart move? Or did Kansas City take too big a risk on a relatively unproven player? With this signing, the Chiefs' offensive line is starting to take shape. Assuming the deal is finalized on March 12th, Moore should be the new left tackle. Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith will hold things down the middle, and Jawan Taylor will remain at right tackle. The biggest question mark right now is left guard. Now, it looks like that spot will be decided through an open competition in training camp. Players like Mike Caliendo, Kingsley Suamataia, Hunter Nerzit, and C.J. Hansen will all have a chance to compete for the starting job. But no matter who wins that job, one thing is clear: the Chiefs are prioritizing rebuilding that offensive line and giving Mahomes better protection for the 2025 season. Oh, and one more quick update: Trey Smith officially signed his franchise tag on March 9th, meaning he's locked in for the 2025 season. Now, the Chiefs front office will likely shift its focus to working out a long-term extension for him. So, Chiefs fans, what do you think of this move? Is Jalen Moore the answer at left tackle? Or should the Chiefs still look for more offensive line help? And what do you think should be the next priority in free agency? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear from you. And of course, if you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the latest Chiefs news. The offseason is just getting started, and you know Brett Veach isn't done making moves. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.